Now let's get a more in-depth view of the 5S system. Let's begin by looking at the condition of your workplace and what the 5S system can do about it. Is your workplace organized? Or is it cluttered with too much inventory and things you don't need? To eliminate the clutter and things you don't need, use the first S, sort. To apply sort, examine all of the contents of the area. Then decide what to remove, and either discard or recycle those items, or move them to where they belong. Some things can be decided on an individual basis, and others require group decisions. A primary target for sort is the clutter that accumulates in corners, under benches, on shelves, and in drawers and cabinets. Another target is inventory. Do you need the inventory that is stored in your work area, or that much? The same can be said for tools, tables, and machines. If you're not going to use these items in the near future, remove them from the area. Once you have sorted through and sorted out all unnecessary items, your work area will be safer and much easier to work in. In addition, you will have eliminated a great deal of waste that was hiding in your area. Is your workplace orderly? Or are things out of place and difficult to find? To ensure that everything is in place and easy to find, use the second S, set in order. When people are familiar with the way things are, they accept the problems and difficulties and the waste of time. But when they study their work area closely, they realize how inefficient and unsafe things really are. A major issue is where to find things and where to put them away. By using location indicators, you will achieve the condition described by the phrase, a place for everything and everything in its place. Lines on the floor separate operation areas from aisleways and show where things belong, like inventory or parking for shop vehicles. Labels show where to store supplies, parts, and tools. You can even use labels and signs to identify the location of scrap or recycling bins. Set in order allows you to accomplish your work in the easiest, fastest, most ergonomic way possible. Is your workplace clean and enjoyable to work in? Or is it dark, dreary, and dirty? When you reach the third S, shine, you will thoroughly clean your area and keep it clean. As you clean, you will also inspect the area and your equipment. As you clean, you will still find things out of place. Immediately put them where they belong so clutter doesn't return. And as you clean and check your equipment, you will begin spotting things like leaky hoses or valves and fraying wires. Fix them before they become problems. You can promote quality and make the area more pleasant to use by finding ways to prevent dirt, grime, and grease from accumulating. Everyone has to sweep and clean, but it's how you do it that can make a difference. Shine is more than just cleaning. It is the process by which you maintain a workplace that is healthy and enjoyable to work in. The fourth S, Standardize, confirms how sort, set in order, and shine should happen. And it builds that information into the workplace by developing guidelines for everyone to follow and by using visual techniques. When you standardize, you make a firm decision about what belongs in your workplace and how much belongs there. This includes every item in the area, tools, equipment, and inventory. You then make it obvious where each item belongs and make it difficult to break that standard. Use permanent visual techniques to indicate the correct location and quantity for each item. When you standardize, you will keep things clean by defining what should be cleaned, when it should be cleaned, who should clean it, and the correct method for cleaning. And you will provide the necessary information and supplies. During Standardize, you should go one step further. You should form the vision of a safe, efficient, quality-oriented, user-friendly environment and recreate your workplace so that it fulfills that vision. The fifth and final S, Sustain, encompasses all of the steps that precede it. Once you've accomplished sort, set in order, shine, and standardize, you still have to sustain your gains through self-discipline. After all your work with the 5S system, you would think everything would go smoothly, but that's not always the case. You will have to teach everyone in the work area about the new design of the area and show them where everything belongs. You will also have to get everyone's buy-in, because forcing people to comply just doesn't work. You can build buy-in by getting everyone's ideas from the beginning and including them in all the changes you make. And always let them know what is happening. At first, people may think the 5S system is just another program of the month, until they see how well it works and how it makes their jobs easier. Applying the 5S system is not an overnight process. It takes some companies longer than others, but regardless of the pace, the results are always the same. It will make your work smoother, more efficient, and of higher quality. It will make your work area safer and easier to work in. And it will reduce inventory, mistakes, and equipment breakdowns. But there are two other outcomes that are just as important. When customers visit a work area that has applied the 5S system, they are always impressed. They can tell that they have chosen the right supplier. What's more, people who apply the 5S system frequently say that for the first time they really feel an ownership, an investment in their job. They tell us that it's worth the effort to control their workplace. Their workplace no longer controls them. There is nothing magical about the 5S system. It's just plain common sense. But it's funny how common sense works so well.